Hello, welcome back at Peter Plays with another Peter Plays how-to. This one is on how to get Mineru in the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. How do you get Mineru? How do you get the 5th Sage? Sit back, relax, and find out all about it in this tutorial. It's gonna be a while because the quest for Mineru will be an adventure. So the first step is actually that you need all 4 other sages. So if you do not have all 4 other sages, and if you did not complete the Crisis at Hyrule Castle quest, the things you're seeing on screen right now will not be available to you, because by now you will have figured out that Princess Zelda has told the people in Kakariko Village you cannot enter the Ring Ruins. However, if you completed the quest Crisis at Hyrule Castle, you will be able to enter the Ring Ruins, and you will be able to snap this picture. It's coming up real soon. So if you go into the Ring Ruins and snap a picture of the stone tablet in there, then you will kick off the quest to get Mineru. This is the picture that you're looking for. That stone tablet, that stone slab is what you need to picture. At which point, the scientists at Kakariko Village will put you on the way to Mineru. It's really that easy and at the same time that complicated, because this is not one of the quests that you can just quickly do out of sequence. I've tried it. As far as I know, it is not possible. If it is, let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, as you see, there is a hint towards Mineru there, and Mineru can be found, or the first step, as you saw on the map, on Dracozu Lake. So if you go there to Dracozu Lake, shoot yourself up in the Skyview Tower, and then head towards, as you could see on the map here, Dracozu Lake. That is where you need to go. Where you see that campfire, that is where you need to be. Real close to that is the first step to finding Mineru. Basically, what you want to do here is you want to make sure that you can access the Thunderhead Isles. I will show you on the map later the area of the Thunderhead Isles. If you start the game, that area is, well, not completely inaccessible, but there's a heavy thunderstorm going on. The map will be grayed out and you don't know what you're doing. You can access the isles. I've tried that in the beginning of the game. It works, but it's really, really hard. To make that easier, kick off this quest, go to Dracozu Lake, land, touch down, and then head into the tunnel at that base of the statue there. You will find Tauro there, who is looking at a glyph on the wall. Basically, you can ignore him. You can talk to him, but you can also just ignore him, because what you need to do is you need to open the treasure chest up top. So Taro is very happy that you came. Let him do his little speech and then go to that treasure chest, because you will now be collecting pieces of a certain outfit that you need to kick off the next step in this Mineru quest. So the first one that you'll get, if you do them in sequence, is the charged shirt. You need basically all 3 elements of this set, and they're actually pretty easy to find. It's not that super hard, because right now you're in one of those, if you can see it on the map, you're in one of those Dragonhead statues, and there are others on the map that you can just plainly see. So there's the one that you're in. This is the second one, so I recommend that you put them on the map with a stamp, so that if you accidentally hit it, the stamp will remain. If you put a pin, it will disappear. Those are the 2 locations that are remaining to collect the other pieces of that gear. So just go ahead, visit all 2. As you can see on the map, I'm at the first one. There is a bit of stone blocking you, but you've got all 4 sages at this point, so you can just ask... what's his name again? I forgot, but basically you can just ask him to take it out for you, and you can get to the second chest. And then you will be in possession of the second piece of the gear, the charged trousers. The only one remaining is the headgear. Again, that's the other location on the map. To avoid confusion, I would delete the stamp and then head out to the next set, or the next piece of the set. This one is blocked by vines, so obviously with a spear it doesn't work. Get some sword-like weapon. Any sword-like weapon will do. And just cut it out of the way. Why not use the Master Sword, shall we? So if you've done that, that other piece of treasure is just freely accessible. You can try and get a lizard, but if you're like me, you'll fail. Just focus on the treasure, get it, and then you'll be in possession of all 3 pieces. So the charged headdress. The only thing left now is to revisit Tauro using or having the dress on, so the complete set, and then he'll tell you what to do next. So obviously he'll recognize the clothing from the picture on the wall of the mural. He'll dig deep into his knowledge of the ancient Zonai scriptures, and he'll tell you what to do next. So basically, you need to offer a Zonai charge at the altar of the tail. So that's another reference to basically the map. If you look at the map, Dracozu Lake and Dracozu River looks like a snake. So if you go to the tail, and this one is not visible on the map, but you can kind of guess where it's at. It's in the tail. So you just go to the tail of the river, which is right about there, approximately. And then you will find the last stone pillar that is eerily resembling the other three. So it's in this particular area. I'll put a pin on the map later. This time I did put a pin, so you can see where you need to go. The benefit of a pin, by the way, is that you can look at it through the goggles of the Purapad. So that's why I put a pin there now. Just go towards that pin. Yeah, as you can see, that's where the pin is at. If you look at my location, that's where I'm at. And right in front of me is that last stone pillar. It is quite big, as you can see. I'm flying right into it, and then I'm gliding down because it's raining. This is the last pillar that you need. There are enemies in the area, but overall, it's actually pretty easy to get there and to do what needs doing, unless you trap yourself in between the cliffside and you don't see what you're doing, like I am right now. Then it might be a bit tricky to get out, but in the end, you'll get the hang of it. So make your way into that cave hidden underneath the pillar. Just walk on. It's very easy. Do not get disoriented like I did. Just walk in there. You will find an altar. The cave is very derelict, but in the back, it's lit by two torches, so to speak. You can offer a Zonai charge. So make sure you have a Zonai charge available in your inventory. By now, though, because you're already approaching the last parts of the game, you should have more than enough Zonai charges. As you can see, I did not particularly mine them, and I've got 213. So if you offer a Zonai charge like that, you will now trigger a very cool sequence. Spoiler alert, it's very cool, so I'm gonna let it play instead of skipping it. And you will clear the Thunderhead Isles of their thunderstorm. Well, I say it that way. They will now become accessible on the map. The area will reveal itself. The thunderstorm will still be there. So if you visit the area, be careful and do not wear any metal things or do not equip any metal things, because it will trigger lightning to strike you. But as you can see, very cool moment there. The lightning charge is charging up, and then all of a sudden it releases like so. And then the cloud covering the Thunderhead Isles will dissolve. And just like that, the Thunderhead Isles area becomes visible on the map, and you can just navigate it easily. And that is where you need to go. The easiest place to get to the Thunderhead Isles from this particular location would be to go back to the same Skyview Tower that you came to visit the Dracozu Lake area. You just go back to the same Skyview Tower and launch from there. That's the easiest way to get up to the Thunderhead Isles. These are the Thunderhead Isles. Where you need to be is on Dragonhead Island, like there, in the eye of the dragon. Not the eye of the tiger. Those that are old enough will get the reference to the song. If not, look it up on Google. It's really cool. So the eye of the dragon is where you need to be, but probably this is going to be the area where you land, because that's closest to the Skyview Tower, right there next to Lake Hylia. So that would be my place to go to, launch from, and then just paraglide to the Thunderhead Isles. This is the view that you will get. So once again, this is where I was. The Thunderhead Isles, as you can see, they have a lot of elevation difference. So that lower island is very, very reachable. And then you can just ascend your way up and make your way all across the island. There is one shrine or somewhere else on the island that I recommend that you actually visit and at least register the fast travel point. That way you have a fast travel point on the Thunderhead Isles themselves. As you can see, Thunderhead Isles, here we are. And you can already hear the lightning get closer. So do not equip any metal weapons. If you make your way all the way to the Thunderhead Isles across all the little islands, this is the place where you want to be. This little springboard, if you will. Down there, you can see the eye of the dragon, and in there is a shrine. I would also highly recommend that you take that shrine. So you have another fast travel point really on the Dragonhead Island itself. So just paraglide down or just free fall down, and then at the last moment open the glider. And there you are on the Thunderhead Isle or Dragonhead Isle itself. So the Choku-U shrine, I would recommend that you at least register it on the map. If you turn away from the shrine, you will come across these doors. You need to open them, but be warned, you need well, if you reach this stage or this area in the game early, you need a bunch of hearts to open this door. As you can see, the hearts are counting down. So you probably won't be able to do this way in the beginning of the game. As soon as you've amassed a number of hearts, then you can. But you need at least, I would say, I didn't count, but I think you need at least 10 to open this door. And then this area will reveal itself to you. In front of you is this cool looking mask. It looks a bit like an owl's mask. You can pick it up. And then the next step in the Mineru quest will be triggered. Right now, there's not that many things to do here because the area is safely closed. But if you pick up the mask, that platform that I was just walking on, as you will be able to see in just a minute, it will open for you. So the mask will now activate. There you go. And as mentioned, the floor will open, revealing an area underneath. How convenient. A beam will shoot out. There you go. And obviously you have to follow the beam again. So you came all the way up to the sky, and now you need to go back to the surface. Mineru will start talking to you, but you can just, ignore that. Well, or you can follow the instruction and follow the light. I hope that by this time you have figured out that what you're actually doing right now is you're doing another dungeon, another temple. Except this time the temple is not located in one specific location. They spread out different parts of the temple over different parts of the map. The sky, now you're going to the surface. And then, spoiler alert coming up, the last bit of this adventure, which is actually still quite big, is located in the depths. So pick up the mask. Or not, leave it like I do and explore further. Explore the area first. So down there, don't fall off because you need the mask to go down. It might be indeed a good idea to take out your goggles and mark the location with a pin so you know exactly where you need to go. Where you need to go basically is all the way at the end of Tobio's Hollow. If you went there before, you will know that there is a statue of an owl there in the lake behind Tobio's Hollow. That's where you need to go, but as mentioned, you need to take the mask. So once you've pinned that location, take the mask. There's all the things you need here, like gliders and elements to actually build a nice glider and safely glide down, which is exactly what I'll do. But as mentioned, take the mask with you. You need it. It will be a very important part of what's coming up next. So walk over to the glider, maybe attach a fan, and then glide your way down all the way to Tobio's Hollow. Maybe you don't even need the pin because the light is like a visual beacon there to help you get to where you need to be. And then once you're down there, you can continue the quest to find Mineru. As mentioned though, even though you've been on it for a while by now, you are not nearly done yet. As mentioned, the adventure to get the 5th stage, the adventure to get Mineru, it is a long one. Because as I've explained before, it is actually a very cleverly hidden 5th temple spread out over a number of locations. If you get to the statue of the owl with the mask, you will trigger this sequence where the statue will actually raise up and a set of stairs will reveal itself that will take you further down. So just enjoy the sequence of the owl statue rising up, and then with your mask in hand or with your head in hand, maybe it's even an entire head, you can just walk down the staircase because again, follow the light. You need to go deeper still. As mentioned before, the last bit of this adventure will unfold in the depths. So as you can see, you have now discovered the Tobio's Hollow chasm, which will take you down into the depths to a very specific location. if you've watched my Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, then you actually know that I stumbled across this area, or upon this area in the depths, before I had the 5th sage. And if you've watched that episode, then you also know that at that time the game actually stops you. It is not possible to progress, and it is not possible to actually already do the next phase of this quest before you have all 4 stages. So yes, it's possible that you know the area we're going to, but normally you should not have been able to complete the quest that awaits you there. So again, Mineru is talking to you right now, talking to you about the next bit of the quest. Obviously, we're running out of time. Zelda is in danger, and we need to be fast about it. But okay, that's fine. Actually, there is no real pressing concern here. You can take all the time you need. There is no clock ticking backwards anywhere in the game. So even if you abandon the quest at this time, there is no issue. Maybe you want to because the quest takes a while. So this is where you end up once the platform arrives in the depths. And that is where you need to go. You need to put the mask or the head in its place. So you need to go to that construct factory and make sure that the construct in the cocoon right there actually gets a head. You've been holding it the entire time, but as you can see, there's also 2 arms and 2 legs missing. So that is the last part of the, well, not completely the last part, but it's one of the last parts of the adventure. So you need to make sure that the construct gets all 4 arms, all 2 arms and all 2 legs. To that end, there are warehouses, and no, you cannot throw the head where it needs to go. You actually obviously need to use Ultra Hand and get it there. It took me a while to figure that out, but it gives me the time to explain that you need to go to all the warehouses, all 4 warehouses, and get all 4 limbs. So 2 arms and 2 legs. Which is again eerily reminiscent to what you need to do in the temples to activate turbines or activate waterfalls or whatever. So Mineru will put you on the path to actually get all 4 limbs. It will show you where all the warehouse, Mineru, she will show you where all the warehouses are, and then you can just bring the pieces there. Once you're there, the containers therein will automatically disappear. And using Ultra Hand, you can put them in place. Remember that, people. Ultra Hand, you cannot throw these things in place. Once you have all, basically 5 pieces in place, the head and the 4 limbs, this construct will now be able to walk out of its shell, and it will accompany you on your quest. Basically, this will be the new body for Mineru. However, as mentioned, this is quite the adventure, so you're not done yet. As in any temple, obviously there's also a boss fight. And as you might have noticed, we do not have Mineru's secret stone yet. So that is the last part of the journey to get Mineru. You now need to take this construct. Either it will just follow you or you will ride it. But if you ride it, it will consume Zonai battery. And you will have to take it to Mineru's temple to retrieve the secret stone. Nice thing to know, the construct can just walk across the gloom. So if you ride it across the gloom, well, you do not need to wear the gloom outfit to be not affected by the gloom. So Mineru is very grateful, of course. Exactly 1 task remains. We need to get the secret stone.
We must recover my secret stone.
And there you have it. So let's do that next. Mineru will tell you where to go in the depths. Bing, there is the beacon.
Please, let us go there together.
Exactly. Let's do it together. So you need to walk the construct across the depths.
It will be very dangerous.
That is actually true. There will be a lot of enemies lurking, but you can upgrade the construct armor by equipping it with some weapons and other stuff. So there is a platform nearby with spike balls and other things that you can use to make this construct stronger. And then you can just equip all kinds of things, like a rocket in this case, to get to the Spirit Temple where the Secret Stone resides. But obviously, you can't get to the stone without a good old-fashioned boss fight. And guess what? Given that you are riding a construct, the boss fight will also be against a construct. And you will need the construct. You might think maybe it's better to cheat my way through and leave the construct out. That doesn't work. You need actually the construct in to activate the platform and to go down. And the entire fighting area downstairs will incidentally be covered in gloom. So unless you want to die of gloom poisoning, you kind of need to be on the construct there. Again, this also familiar beam of light will shoot out again and activate the last elevator to bring you even further down into the depths, into the heart of Mineru's temple. It will also unlock a fast travel point, very, very practical. And then truly the last bit of the sequence will trigger. You will be fighting the possessed construct. As I mentioned, the entire area is covered in gloom, so you'd better stay on the construct and you'd better have enough Zonai battery available. I'm wearing my warrior outfit. You might benefit from wearing the Zonai outfit because it consumes less battery. That said, the loading screen is coming up for the boss fight against the construct. It looks black, but there we go. Obviously, the area will be fenced off, and then your boss fight will start. As mentioned, it's gonna be construct against construct. The name of the game is actually to try and force your enemy against those electrified barbed wire fences. Those will deal a massive amount of damage.
I made it long ago.
Indeed, you did, and now we need to destroy it.
It must be under the control of something monstrous.
And we know exactly who. So the seized construct will be your final temple boss fight. As meant. Indeed, the Demon King is to blame, and as mentioned, the name of the game is to force it against the electrified barbed wire fences. That will deal a massive amount of damage. So as you see, every time it hits the fence, massive damage dealt, and there you go, construct beaten. And that basically sums it up. All you need to do right now is sit back, relax, watch the show, get your piece of heart, get your secret stone, and then you will have gained Mineru as a 5th sage. The only sage that is not with you in spirit, but in physical form, because of the construct, but fear not, it works the exact same way as the other sages. You can just summon or dismiss them at will, and use the abilities of the 5th sage, which is basically the advantages of having a huge construct that you can ride on. And that is it. That is the walkthrough on how to get Mineru in the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Thank you so much for watching this extensive tutorial on how to do it. If you liked the video, if you found it helpful, give it a like, and thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one. Goodbye.